but they were tribal giants that captured the corrupt. Long ago, the church meticulously brought earthen dolls to life and set them to work and bestowed that name upon them. Well, I thought there were no more miracles. How did they make those machines move? Maybe in place of dark arts they used the power of the avatars? Indeed, it was most likely the case. What the heck? That doesn't mean we'd be screwed up. We'd not get stuck in there. Oh, I believe here are more some specific requirements for those who fit the bill. Apparently there was a compatibility issue with the avatar and the machine, but they were still researching it. That is what had prevented their deployment in battle. That doesn't make me feel better at all. Wasn't it painful to be cramped in a place like that, I mean? Not especially, I suppose. It was effectively sleeping in there. To awaken this reality might have been more painful. Did we do something we shouldn't have? One cannot sleep their whole life away. You cannot accomplish anything lying in bed. I am truly thankful that you woke me. Anyway, let's head for nows. Yes, I would prefer to avoid returning to that tube. Maybe if they imprisoned us for together, it would not be so lonely. No way, that would be awful. I was only kidding, of course. Oh, jeez, don't say stuff like that. Yeah, don't scare Luca. He's already scared shitless all the time. Looks like we found a way out. Gam sure does love surprise attacks. It's probably the only way they can compete with Gurnham's superior manpower. These kinds of guerrilla tactics and surprise attacks work to negate strength in numbers. That's right, you know a lot. No, I didn't like that. I remember when my dreams of Asura. Hey, cut the chit-chat, move it. I like how there's a bunch of skits and there's like another skit that's saying stop doing skits. Man, I don't get it. What the hell's the difference between radio and census anyway? They were different countries, right? I got that, idiot. I'm asking what makes them different. You don't have to get so angry. Now come now, Spot. If you're not properly explained, you do not understand. How can we answer you? Look, poor Luke is nearly in tears. Just start talking. I do not appreciate your tone, but very well. First, do you understand why Devaloka and Naraka were divided? Sure, they wanted to ship off the criminals, right? Well, that was what caused the split between the census and ratio, right? That is correct. They were divided between those who supported the exile and those who opposed it. The ratio were obviously in support of it. Census were opposed. Well, that seems pretty broad. Weren't they different races or something? When you think about it, it does seem rather arbitrary to divide over a mere conflict of interests. So that's it? If we simply yes, obviously there are various other factors that contributed to it. The ratio of concerning were managing resources in both Devaloka and Naraka, as well as developing them further. But I didn't break off Naraka caused the problem in the first place, even if they went so far as to steal human souls. That was an unforeseen consequence, and from my understanding, things were far from perfect even before then. But the census wanted to reunite Naraka and Devaloka, right? Who could say, really? Perhaps they would simply not care about the consequences. The census were both not known for their foresight. Really? The ratio sought to defend order, and they created both the country and the military well developed. Census, on the other hand, was composed of like-minded individuals who all did as they pleased. It was almost as if the country had no structure whatsoever. So even Asura's ideals were... It is difficult to say if they were shared by census as a whole. They certainly loved their celebration, so absolutely united in pursuit of entertainment above all else. And Asura served as an organized inner of sorts. At least that's one possibility. Something's off a bit. It certainly are interpretations, but I believe this one is rather easy to understand. Well, I guess, but... How many skits are there going to be in one freaking... Oh, my God. Say, Ricardo. What? Your mission in the Western Battlefield to assassinate the commander, right? When did you do it? Unfortunately, I wasn't able to deliver the final blow. If only Hester hadn't gotten my way. Excuses. Weak stuff. My only clients are allowed to criticize my work. Regardless, I enforced the Imperial Army to retreat. My work here was done. It's a shame you couldn't assassinate him. Don't make sound if I enjoy killing. But you're good at it, right? You could say that. That reminds me, you came to assassinate me in the Devacare too, but you wound up dying instead. Perhaps that regret had something to do with me that I trained myself. Since my youth, I sought to improve shooting, my skills with camouflage, my ability to ambush my enemies. So I helped create the mercenary Ricardo as well as we know him, huh? Don't be ridiculous. Any good messenger trains in those things. Ah, whatever. We're counting on you. Even though you already know you've screwed up twice. Spot on Ricardo. That doesn't sound like a good thing to say. Why would that... Oh my God. Ricardo, your skin is so white. Alice is like all the color left from your face. Is that right? I've never thought about it. Are you feeling okay? Unfortunately, I'm the very picture of health. I think it's because you were a Reaper in your past life. If that were true, wouldn't Milda be more manly? And Bill form a will, wouldn't I'll leave it to your imagination. Maybe you think that despite her looks, Serena is actually a guy.
My, I'm impressed you could tell. I was only kidding, my goodness, Iria, you really need to move so far away.
That joke was really drained all of my color from my face.
If I end up any paler, I think I'll call me Snow White.
They have Snow White in this freaking universe? Okay.
I am thinking about it. We do not know much about you, Ricardo.
You know my name, don't you? You know I'm a mercenary. What else would you need to know?
Well, I'll be traveling together, so I think we know about each other, the better.
Perhaps I already know your names.
Really?
You're Milda, my employee is Serena. The brat is Ami, and the other brat is Belframa, and that creature is Coda.
That is true, but you must use our last names? I think everyone would feel more comfortable if you used first names.
A trivial matter.
Well, everyone has their own way of doing things. He calls us when he likes.
Well said.
Well, at least we know he's not refusing to associate with us.
A mercenary, that isn't unusual. For yesterday's enemies become today's allies. Relax, I won't step out of line.
Hearing this put me at ease. Okay. Is it okay if we call you Ricardo?
Sure.
And then we continue to count on you in the future.
Same to you, Serena. You too, Milda.
Well, there we have it.
Turtles! Finally a fight. The 15 minutes of frickin' skits. Shoot it! Monies! Finally. Ugh. This kind of made me sick.
Oh wait, Angie, aren't you famous in this city? Is it okay to walk around like this? Maybe not be a good idea.
We can lay low at Hartman's place.
Good idea. Yeah, let's go. Young master.
Yeah, laugh it up. Holy capital of those. Skit. By the way, do you still remember Hypnosis' dying words?
Yeah, when we meet again, I will judge your results, wasn't it?
Right.
I don't know if I could say it was a success, but even if Devoloka was unified, it eventually collapsed.
There are very two things we don't remember. From now on, I'll be watching you to make sure of my decision.
I only have memories of what Asura did up to the end of war. Do you think that means something?
Even having brought the end of the war is tremendous accomplishment.
You think so?
Rather than sending soldiers to die, he helped to return to their normal lives. Asura brought up prosperity back to Devoloka.
I wish I could have seen Devoloka flourishing under Asura.
Hartman, you round? Oh, you brought a strange man into my house. My, young master, I do apologize for not welcoming you properly. Young master, huh?
Right, around here he's the young master. Be sure to call him that.
Shut it. Oh, I see now. Several new faces. I shall prepare tea right away. Prepare a seat.
Then, what was asked? You want to find me?
Normally, I don't relieve my client's personal information, but I'll make an exception this time. It was a Nettis noble named Albert. Do you know him?
No, I do not believe we are acquainted, nor do I recognize the name.
Tinnos is the north, right?
Tinnos is the north, right? That makes a noble foul for you in the first sight. Surely not. That's why he was interested in me.
I would seem that because you're an avatar.
You mean he's gathering avatars? Just like Matthias.
Hey, who is Matthias anyway?
Part of the Arca leadership, I guess. Somewhere in the upper ranks. Anyway, Matthias is the only one who attacked Iria's hometown.